How's it going, everybody? Ryebread here today, and I'm here with a brand new episode for you guys. We are going to be doing a rebuild challenge. I've been thinking about this one, and I'm excited to go ahead and get it started. We are going to be doing an only Canadian player rebuild challenge. So that means any player on the team, any player I draft, any player I trade for or sign has to be Canadian. So that means nobody on the team can be American, Swedish, Finnish, Russian, whatever else. They can only be Canadian, and the team we're going to use just got ousted of the Western Conference Finals, the Winnipeg Jets. I figured this could be the starkest difference. A team that did make the Western Conference Finals and had a chance to make the Stanley Cup Finals. See if we can turn this team with a mix of all nationalities into purely Canadian and see if we can make and win the Stanley Cup within 3 years. So our time frame is 3 years, and we can only use Canadian players. So let's go ahead, get right into this, and get started. So guys, here is a look at our team, and yes, a lot of you Jets fans are watching this, and you're about to cry so hard because he's got to go. Patrik Laine has to be shipped off. He is not Canadian. He is Finnish. And then we have Mark Scheifele, who thankfully can stay. Blake Wheeler is gotta go. Kyle Connor's gotta go. Paul Stastny's gotta go. Nikolai Ehlers has gotta go. Matthew Perreault can stay. Brian Little can stay. Joel Armia gotta go. Hendricks gotta go. Lowry can stay. And Matthias can stay. So one thing I noticed when I was looking over the roster is there's an unusual amount of Americans on this team. So as an American myself, this is gonna suck. Giving away all these American blue bloods. Let's go. Trouba, gotta go. Byfuglien, gotta go. Morrissey and Myers can stay, but Enstrom and Kulikov both have to go. And between the pipes, we've got Connor Hellebuck, an American goaltender, so we do have to find ourselves a Canadian goaltender. Now, I got a lot of trades to make. I don't know if I'm going to show you guys every trade I make. Who scratched Kopp? You can't play for us. Chariot can play for us, and Marco Dano cannot play for us. So this is going to be interesting to see what I trade. None of these trades are going to be realistic. Of course, this is not a realistic rebuild unless you're Don Cherry, but let's go ahead. I'm going to start with the big boys first in Laine and Wheeler and see what I can get for them. I'll show you guys when I have a deal. So guys, my first trade, he is Canadian. I have traded Patrik Laine and Blake Wheeler to the Edmonton Oilers for none other than Connor McDavid and Darnell Nurse. But we have Connor McDavid, boys. He is Canadian. I did have to give up Laine and Wheeler for that, but I'm pretty okay with this. And we get a guy like Darnell Nurse back, so McDavid, not going to put Scheifele there, no. Scheifele and McDavid are playing on the same line. Ehlers, yeah, he's got to go, so we got to find a better right winger there. But we do have Darnell Nurse who can now play there for us. We still have Myers and Morrissey, so Byfuglien should be able to fetch us probably another good defender. But yeah, we have Connor McDavid now, guys, and I'm pretty excited about that one. That was one of my go-to targets when I knew I had Patrik Laine and Wheeler to be able to move. I packaged them both together to go get Connor McDavid, and they did not hesitate. I think I made a perfect deal because they didn't say we believe. They just said it's going to see you out on the ice. It's going to contribute to our success kind of stuff. So I don't think I got fleeced at all, but I got Darnell Nurse and Connor McDavid for Laine and Wheeler. So I think that's a fair deal. We got, McDavid's a bit better than Laine, and Wheeler's kind of aging a little bit, I guess. And we got a decent defender for the back end. So year one, maybe we're not going to contend right away, but we're putting the pieces in place. Next up on the chopping block, Dustin Byfuglien. Be right back. So the next trade I've got here, guys, is 1-for-1. It's Dustin Byfuglien for Morgan Rielly. Now, I had a real tough time finding a Canadian defenseman I could trade Dustin Byfuglien for, and I know I could probably trade him for a forward and trade forwards for a defenseman. I just like to keep it so that I know who I'm going to get. So we have Morgan Rielly now on the team, and Byfuglien is headed to Toronto, which is weird. But I'm pretty okay with this. Next up is Ehlers and Stastny, maybe not together, but they're both up to be traded, and yeah, so right now I think we're looking pretty good. Obviously we have McDavid and Scheifele. I'll fix the lines when I'm finished with all this trading. But defensively is Myers, Rielly, Nurse, Trouba, Morse. Wait. Yeah, I thought Trouba had to go. And Tobias Enstrom has to go too. So there's only 2 more defensemen that have to be traded, but a bit more forward. So I could have maybe used and not gotten McDavid, but you live and you learn, and what's the point in making it perfect? It's a rebuild challenge. All right. Now, I don't know who's up next, but I'll let you know when I find out. Next trade we got is Stastny and a 5th for Henrique. Nothing too special, but we're just basically swapping same caliber, but one of them has to be Canadian. So Adam Henrique, the Canadian, is coming to Winnipeg. Next trade, guys, Trouba and Connor for Athanasiou and Green. Now, the reason I did this one is Athanasiou is a second-line forward, and he's got that medium elite potential. So what you'll notice is I'm not really going for future potential. I'm going for now players who are pretty good now, but he was the kind of mix of both where he can grow, that if we don't win it in year 1 or 2, he'll be really good by year 3. And Green's making $6 million this year. We're running into some cap troubles next year is what I'm starting to realize because of the players I have. But that should be cleared up when I start to trade away some more players. But looks like we're doing pretty well so far. I'll show you guys the team when it's all set. We've still got a few more trades to make. So guys, this is the next trade. I decided to show you because I'm going to have to send somebody down, so I knew it was going to go through the second I hit propose trade. But we will be trading Nikolai Ehlers and a 5th for Ryan Ellis and Ryan Johansson. Now, Johansson's trade value is surprisingly low. He's listed as a first-line forward. He looks really, really good, yet his overall says he's an 84. He's got that medium elite potential. He's got that behemoth of a contract. So we got some big money paying out to players, but it'll work. We still have enough cap space next year. And I like this deal. Ellis is really, really good. He's 85 overall. He's Canadian. Johansson's Canadian. And he signed for 2 years on that beautiful deal. That's the one thing I like about Nashville is their contracts are fantastic. So, it's Ehlers and a 5th for Johansson and Ellis. Chariot has to go down. I'm fine with that. Assistant coach best roster. And as far as the roster's looking, I'll give you guys a little sneak preview right now. McDavid here, obviously, and I'll just show you they're all Canadian. Scheifele, Morgan Rielly, Ryan Ellis, Ryan Johansson, Anthony Mantha, Tyler Myers, Brian Little, Henrique, Nurse, Green, Morrissey, Perreault. Tobias Enstrom needs to go, although that contract is awful. I may have to retain some this year. He can probably get us a low-end player. Lowry here and Kulikov, but Kulikov's not even playing, so I'm fine with that. Would like to move him if possible because I don't want him on the roster regardless. And yeah, so Chariot had to go down, but maybe a couple trades still involving Enstrom, Kulikov, and Armia. We'll see, but the big one, guys, I haven't done it yet, and you haven't seen it yet. Connor Hellebuyck, the American goaltender, has to go, and he has to go for somebody. It's going to be interesting to see who he has to go for, but we'll see who I can get for him, especially with our cap issues next year. That's prevented me from a couple trades. I think we should be pretty all right now, though, so I'll let you guys know when I got another trade. Justice Enstrom for a 3rd. Don't really need him and also didn't want that contract. Had to retain 30%, but he's on an expiring deal anyway. It's not going to affect us too much. Still a couple more trades to go. I'll pop back in when I got another one. And, guys, it is done. The goaltender trade has been made, and Connor Hellebuyck is heading to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we are bringing back Matt Murray and a 5th to be our goaltender this season. And I believe, hit assistant coach best roster here, I believe we are complete. So if we go to edit lines, now we're listed as champion. I think we might have been champion already. I thought we were contender at least. But man, guys, I'm actually pretty happy with how this team is looking. Little here let's see, he's a second line forward. It's not that deep. We have defensemen though. We've got a lot of good defensemen with guys like Rielly, Ellis, Myers, Nurse, Morrissey, Green, all great defensemen. Offensively, we got Scheifele, McDavid, Mantha. I mean, I would put... Actually, I'm going to put Johansson up on that top line and have a second line of... Adam Lowry can play center. What is he not playing center for? Little, Henrique, Mantha, Perreault, Lowry, Armia. Actually, Armia is not... I didn't expect him to be playing, so... Matthias, Kopp. Is Kopp Canadian? All right, so McLeod is here. I'm going to go scour the free agents and just make maybe 2 more trades to get Armia and Kopp off the team and maybe upgrade the 4th line. But pretty much other than that, this is what the team is looking like. This is what we'll be rocking the entire season. I'm just going to show you guys right now that they are Canadian. Scratch players, Chariot and Danault. Danault's got to go as well, unfortunately. Armia, Kopp, and Danault have to go, and then we'll be on our way. We'll be ready and set to start the season and see how we do in year number 1. So give me a second, and I'll show you guys the finished product when I've got it. So these are the lines, guys. We got Johansson, McDavid, Mantha, Gord, Scheifele, Perreault, Henrique, Little, Iginla, Matthias, Lowry, McLeod. And then defensively, we have Riley, Ellis, Myers, Green, Nurse, Morrissey. And then in goal, we got Matt Murray and Michael Hutchinson. And that will be the roster as we go ahead and get into the simulation. I think I'll go ahead and just get it started. We'll see where it goes from there. I'll probably pop in about January 1st to check in on how we're doing this season. Hopefully it's well, but I'm not too sure how we're going to do. This team looks strong down the middle. We got a bunch of centers, but not a lot of wingers. So maybe I'll make some line changes, but I'll just go ahead, do the simulating myself. You guys don't have to sit through that, and I will see you guys when we start. Actually get halfway through the season. So here we are, guys. It is January 1st, 2018. Connor McDavid is our leading point getter. And we are in a wild card spot, but only 4 points behind the Minnesota Wild for second place in the division. St. Louis is 11 points ahead of us, so I don't know if we're going to catch them. And if this thing would stop scrolling, I would be able to show you. But, you know, so far so good. We are above 500, 19, 18, and 3, so we're not fantastic. But I'm going to go ahead, get to the trade deadline. Probably not going to make any trades because I don't really have much more to trade. And I'll see you guys when we get there. So we're here at the trade deadline, guys. We are 32, 26, and 4. Not sure where that puts us in the playoff hunt, but I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the last 5 games of the season. So that would be this Toronto game here, and then we'll ride out together into the playoffs, and we'll go ahead and get into the playoffs right away. Hey guys, we are at the final 5 games of the season, and there we are in the second wildcard position, 2 points out of a divisional spot. And only 1 point above the Vancouver Canucks for the final wildcard spot. So I'd really like to lock up one of those spots that Chicago or the Minnesota Wild are having. Let's go ahead, and I'm going to jump in and just go to the last 3 games, and we can simulate those day by day. Actually, I'm going to just go to this Calgary game, simulate the next 3 games. Hopefully we can beat Toronto. They seem to be really good with Dustin Byfuglien. I don't know if I think we might have lost in overtime to them, but we smash the Ottawa Senators and beat the Montreal Canadiens, get 2 points. Actually, we beat them in regulation too, so we now have 41 wins, and we might be sitting pretty here, guys, and maybe in a divisional spot. I'd love to be in a divisional spot. And yeah, we're in second place in the division. We've locked up the playoffs, so that's fantastic. It's all about seeding now, and that game against, oh god, yeah, we could even drop to the second wildcard position, and that's definitely not what I want to do. So if we can end this season with 3 points out of these next 2 games versus Calgary, I don't know what we did. We lose in a shootout, so we do get the point. We still are in the playoffs, and I think that locks us up over Minnesota. So the worst we could finish is with Chicago here. The Chicago game is kind of important, so that's why I'm not just going to cut it out of the video. I'd love to win the cup in season number 1. That'd be great. So Nashville is ahead of us now in the Chicago game. If we can beat Chicago, we will lock up a divisional spot. So right now we're in the first wildcard spot, but this game against Chicago, pretty huge. Can we get the 2 points and the victory? And it's a shootout victory, and that puts us tied with the Blackhawks, tied with the Predators, but in third place in the division and only 2 points above the Wild. So, man, what a close end of the season. So that means we will be taking on the Nashville Predators in round number 1. And I'm probably not going to do the slow sim like I normally do. We're going to go bang, bang, bang with every period. Just get through them. As far as points this season, I will go ahead and show you guys real quick who has gotten what points and how this all-Canadian team has fared, as Connor McDavid led the team in points with 73. Then Johansson, Scheifele, Little, Mantha, Morgan Rielly, which is great. Goals, we got lots of 20 goal scorers. We got 5 20 goal scorers. McDavid and Scheifele almost hitting 30. Mantha with 23, Johansson with 22, and Little with 20. As far as assists, Johansson led the team in assists, followed by McDavid, Scheifele, Morgan Rielly as well. And then as far as goaltenders, Matt Murray, very, very good year. He had only 2 shutouts, but he had a .926 save percentage and a .212 goal against average. And hopefully playoff Matt Murray is here, because that's going to help us immensely. But we do take on the Nashville Predators, Ryan Johansson and Ryan Ellis's former team. And I forgot who we traded to them. He'll probably come to bite me in the ass when I go into the simulation here, but I'm going to save real quick, and I'll check back in once I finish saving. All set, boys. Let's go ahead and get into this simulation against the Nashville Predators. I'm pretty excited for this series. The fact that we made the playoffs and we're a divisional seed this early, I mean, I know we have a good team already, but man, if we could just go make the cup right now, I could end it right here. And Scheifele and Matthias score. We got Matthias scoring again, 3-2, and the final is Scheifele putting one past Rinne to give us a 4-2 victory. Now, this is a replication of this year's second round, so we'll see if the moves I've made are better than the real-life moves that, I mean, like, come on, actually, I can't even say that. That's just dumb. They're not going to trade Laine for McDavid. Neither team would do that. Honestly, I don't know if the Jets would trade for McDavid. I would want McDavid on my team if I'm a general manager. But Patrick Laine is kind of the guy we drafted, and if we're thinking realistically here, neither of them are getting moved, so it's a moot point. And we go ahead, it's 1-1 at the end of one. They take the lead, and they finish us off, but that's okay. We stole one on the road, and you're never in trouble till you lose at home. Gave up 5 goals there, so not fantastic giving up 5 goals. But we did score 3, so we are scoring goals. We've scored 7 in these first 2. They've scored 7 in these first 2. So it looks like it's an even series through and through. Let's go ahead, keep it rolling really quickly. Try not to make this last too long. This may be a longer video. Hopefully it's not, because we'll win the cup in year 1 if it's not a short video, or if it's not a long video, I should say. Anyway, we're back at home. The whiteout is in full effect. Not doing a lot of analytics here against the teams. Just kind of going for it. We're up 1-0 at the end of 1. Beautiful lead heading into the third, and we finish them off 4-2 on home ice. Another 4-2 victory. And if we can win this next one, I'm feeling really confident about our chances. Obviously, we'd be up 3-1, and you're pretty much going to move on when that happens. Don't tell that to any of the NBA teams that blew a 3-1 lead a few seasons ago. So, back to consecutive 4-2 victories. They're interjected there by a 5-3 loss, but that's okay. Defense, we are giving up 2 goals a game, but hey, we're scoring 4. If we score 4 every game, I'm fine with it. I am more than fine with scoring 4 goals, but giving up 2. If we win every game from here on out 4-2, I'm not going to complain, because a win's a win. Morrissey gets us started. Beautiful. We are down 2-1 as we enter the third, and Forsberg seals the deal. A 3-1 victory as Nashville steals home ice advantage right back. And that's not what I was hoping for. We are now tied 2-2 in the series with Nashville. If these screens would move any faster, I could probably make this video about half the amount of time that it's going to be. Oh my god, come on, let's go. Let's pick it up, simulate, and then I'm going to be able to move the cursor, and it's not even going to be time to play the game yet. See, look at moving the cursor. It can't even hit play game. Let's go. Come on. Let's get to play game. There we go. Oh, man, guys. I'm trying to go quickly for you so this video doesn't last long. It's probably going to last longer for me sitting here in the chair and editing it. But you guys are just going to see the final product, so I'm going to cut out anything unnecessary. Ow! Okay. Oh, we actually cut it just to 1. We cannot complete the comeback, and now it's time to make a couple line changes. They scored 3 goals in the first, but we shut them down after that and just couldn't mount the comeback. 3-2 in the series now. In favor of them, not us. So I'm going to go ahead and make some line changes here. I'll show you guys these line changes because I don't know. I just feel like we need to get our top players on the first line there. And a guy like Johansson is a great second line center. He's actually a fantastic second line center. Yanni Gourde can go on that third line. We'll keep the center depth mostly. So it's Perreault and Henrique. Yanni Gourde has actually done really well. Ryan Johansson's a minus, so it looks like the first line's a little bit overmatched. That's why we'll put Scheifele there. Defensively, I don't think I'm going to make too many changes. I like our defensive pairings as is, and I don't really think that anybody's grown enough for me to say, oh, look, at the end of the season, time to play them. We are 1 loss away from being ousted. I don't care about the AHL playoffs. I believe our team got eliminated. I don't think we're good because I haven't focused on them at all. I didn't bother making the AHL team all-Canadian. That's a little bit overkill, don't you think? Hey, and we did advance, so game number 6 in Winnipeg. Back-to-back losses. The first time we've suffered 2 straight losses all series. Can we start off well? We do with Tyler Myers. Beautiful 1-0. And we salt this one away 4-0 going to game number 7 against the Nashville Predators. Fantastic to see that. I'm really happy about this. Game number 7. Let's go. Let's get it. Come on. Let's go. If it would move. You know what, guys? I think next round I might just kind of just use the calendar to sim the games. And if we get to an elimination game, I'll come in and simulate this way. But I might just go calendar otherwise because this just takes way too long. I don't know if I can sit through this and make it quick for you guys at the same time. So game number 7, here we go. Those lines seem to work last game. Will Nashville make any changes? We start off well again. Jerome McGinley and Connor McDavid, old and young. And that's it. Another 4-0 victory, and we are on to the second round of the playoffs. I'm going to just do a calendar sim from now on because I can't take how slow this is going. So I'll show you guys. You guys will stick with me here. I'm not going to cut this out because why bother? It's just a little simulation in between. But if we do get to an elimination game, I will jump into this view. And I will simulate up to game 4 because who knows how these first 3 games against the Chicago Blackhawks are going to go. Now, I was looking at Jonathan Toews. His contract's way too expensive. But here we go. Game number 4, simulate up to it. In game 1, we win 3-0. Game 2, we win 4-0. We lose 5-4 in overtime there. But what was that? 4 consecutive shutouts in the playoffs. Matt Murray, you are a freaking god. Playoff Matt Murray is here to stay. Game 4, because it's not an elimination game, we win in overtime. So like I said, elimination games, I will go in and do the period-by-period simulation. Just make it go quicker for you guys. We are here. Anthony Mantha is killing it. Okay. And we are on home ice with a chance to head to the Western Conference Finals. All right, let's go. First period. Nothing. Solid. Second period, a big offensive explosion for Connor McDavid. Yanni Gourde also contributing. Third period, we ice this one away and we are headed to the Western Conference Finals. And dang, that was quick. We had a much tougher time with Nashville than we did with the Chicago Blackhawks. That is great. And we might be facing the San Jose Sharks or the Minnesota Wild. Now, Connor McDavid did take over the lead in points, which kind of makes sense. He's point per game. Mantha maybe didn't get a point. I don't know. Current round of the playoffs is over. It is the San Jose Sharks who have eliminated, or actually that's the AHL playoffs. I feel like an idiot now. And I can't cut that one out. The current round of the playoffs is not over, which means, yeah, we got a few more days to go here on the simulation. I don't want to jump too far ahead. And it very well may be that we have a Game 7. We have a Game 7 in the Western Conference and Eastern Conference. So today's an off day for them. They play on the 6th. So we will know by the 7th who we are playing. Who is it going to be? It is the Minnesota Wild. And like I said, I will go to game number 4 here, just in case it's a potential for a sweep. 2-1 loss, overtime win. We lose there, so we are down 2-1 in the series. Going to game number 5 here, we win. It is 2-2. We tie it back up. There is not going to be an elimination game, and we are up 3-2 in the series, heading to Minnesota with a chance at the Stanley Cup Finals on the line here, guys. Oh my goodness. Connor McDavid is killing it right now. The Tampa Bay Lightning have swept the New York Rangers and are now in the Stanley Cup Finals. Who will they face? Will it be us or will it be Minnesota? We get off to a great start and a great second period and a great third period and punched our ticket to the Stanley Cup Finals. And I am pumped, boys. Season number 1 of this rebuild challenge could be the completion of this rebuild challenge, as we are in the Stanley Cup Finals already, as Connor McDavid is just carrying this team. 21 points, 18 games played. That's over a point per game. If, math, maybe not your strong suit. I got you. Don't worry. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I got you. I'm looking out for you guys. All right, we are going to do the quicker simulation again, just in case this is not the end of this challenge. So game number 4 on home ice. Tampa Bay, we lose in game 1. We win games 2 and 3 in overtime. Game number 4, which way is it going? It's going to us in overtime. And we are 1 win away from completing this rebuild challenge in the first season. We have a chance to win the Stanley Cup in year number 1. Now, I won't delete the save file if we do. I'm not going to get ahead of myself here, guys. I'm going to stop talking. First period. And Alex Killorn gets him started early. Second period, we bounce right back. Connor McDavid on Vasilevsky. Matt Murray has been a brick wall all game. Can we give him one more goal? I know one more goal for us is all it's going to take. We've won 3 straight overtime games. We're on the power play, and we cannot capitalize on a crucial power play Another power play, and Brian Little gets the goal, 2-1, and we have done it. The Winnipeg Jets all-Canadian team are the 2018 Stanley Cup champions, and it only took us one season to complete this rebuild challenge, guys. What? I was expecting year 3 fail, but year 1 success, totally not what I was expecting. This is amazing. Oh, Canada. Let's go, baby. All Canadians coming together, raising the cup. Shifley and McDavid, both point per game. McDavid with 16 goals. That trade for McDavid was absolutely spectacular. And in net, we got Matt Murray with those 4 consecutive shutouts. 2.04 goal against average, 933 save percentage. But the man that carried us there was Connor McDavid. What a playoffs from Connor McDavid. Just all around dominance. That pairing of Myers and Green was a great duo. Morgan Riley there as well. Man, how exciting to finish this in one season. Let's go, boys. Leave a like for season 1 success completion. Put it in the books. Canada, you are the best at hockey, and it has been proven. You dominated the NHL. This team of players, better than the rest. Winnipeg Jets are the Stanley Cup champions for the first time in franchise history. Wow. So boys, if you want to see me finish this one off, go the other 2 seasons, go another 3 seasons, see how many cups we can win, make sure you subscribe, leave a comment down below, smash that like button like I said before, and boys, Canadian National Anthem, ringing loud and proud.